Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Kanya. Y'all mostly know me. This is Emily, my sweet friend. My husband surprised me to come to Boise to see her. And so while I was here, she graciously agreed to do this video with me because she's way more knowledgeable, knows all the things, and I wanted her to share her wisdom with you. But first, I wanted to share my story with Plexus. I have been with them for 5 years. I would say the past 2 years, I really delved into the business side. Um, I originally started for weight loss, but then I noticed my mental health improved way more than I anticipated. I quit the products 2 months after starting, thinking it's just a weight loss gimmick. This is just like everything else, it's not going to work. And quickly, my husband noticed that my anxiety was better. I was nicer, which means I was less irritable. I was much more calm. And so we decided at that point with a one income family that we needed to share because these were working. I knew they were working and it was not a quick fix. So I've been on them for 5 years. And some of the main things that I've noticed is I have four kiddos. My fourth one was a Plexus baby. My pregnancy was way better at 35 than at 25. My milk supply was better. And I honestly didn't really know the whole science behind it, but there is some science behind milk supply and insulin levels. And so Plexus products focus on that and they help with that. That is a whole other can of worms that we can dive into if that's something you're interested in. But my recovery was better. My energy levels were better. I noticed my sleep was better, and I don't get a lot of sleep. And everyone asks, how do you function on little sleep? Before it was coffee after coffee after coffee. And the running joke was I could drink coffee at 10 o'clock and be perfectly fine, but I would need it if I wanted to stay up. Now I have it for fun. I have it in the morning as a routine, but I usually don't even finish a whole cup of coffee because I just don't need it. And so I'm able to function solely on the energy and the sustenance of Plexus, and I'm getting quality sleep instead of quantity sleep. But that's pretty much the main focuses of mine is that postpartum was better. I struggled with postpartum anxiety and depression after my second. I did not have to do anything after my fourth with Plexus products. And so that's huge, and especially in this day and age, if you're not wanting to rely on medication always, there's a time and a place for it. But if that's something you're wanting to wean away from, that can be a possibility. So those are mostly the things that have helped with me. So many more things. We have amazing products. Emily, you've been on the products for about 4 years. Mm-hmm. So you'll share a little bit about your story and then all the amazing products we have.
So you had mentioned about the mood. That is something that I have really, really loved. Since I have been a part of Plexus for 4.5 years, I've been able to witness a lot of really cool stories. And so many of the stories that I've heard from my dear friends, loved ones, are related to anxiety, depression, mood, things of that nature. And as I started to dive a little bit deeper, because I'm not much of a researcher, but it was really fascinating to me. As I started to dive a little bit deeper, I realized that like 90% of your serotonin levels, your hormones, are produced in your gut. So that's why you have so many people that see positive changes with their mood. Also, just like you were saying with the hormone and the insulin connection, your glucose levels, your blood sugars are deeply connected to your hormones, to your cholesterol, to your blood sugar, or obviously blood sugar, that is it, but blood pressure, sleep, all of those things. The hormone connection is where you also see a positive change, relief, I guess, positive balance with your hormones, as well as with milk supply. I've seen that with a lot of different people too. So that's been really interesting. But for 4 years, I had a girlfriend of mine sharing Plexus with me, and I was so skeptical. I went to college with her, and I actually saw a lot of my friends sharing about Plexus and asking me to do it with them. And I was super against it. She actually sent me a stick of Slim, which is the pink drink, and I threw it in the trash because I think I was 2 weeks away from having my baby. And then once the products got to me, the samples got to me, I think I just had her, and I was just so afraid of putting something in my body that I didn't really understand, because what I had seen was a lot of my friends losing weight, just like you had mentioned, like why you started for the weight. So I saw a lot of my friends losing weight with the products, and that made me concerned because I just assumed that it was some sort of chemical based, not good for you, quick fix weight loss type of deal. And so I threw them in the trash and I wanted nothing to do with them. But I continued to see friends of mine sharing that they were helping with a myriad of health issues, not just weight, starting to share about helping with sciatica and headaches and energy and brain fog and all sorts of things. And I was really confused, like, and super skeptical of how can one thing help with all of these different areas. And it wasn't until I started Plexus that I learned about the 4 pillars of our health. And that is what Plexus really focuses on with their products, with their innovation. And we'll talk about that in just a second. But the 4 pillars of health that they do focus on would be the glucose regulating, blood sugar regulating, inflammation, which I used to think was just like an old person thing. Definitely not. Gut health. I never knew anything about gut health other than I did not like the word. Like it sounded like a really gross word. But the more you learn about gut health, it is so deeply connected to so many health issues, and then nutrient absorption. And so those are the 4 pillars of focus that Plexus has on their products. But after 4 years of me saying heck to the no, I was not at all interested in trying any of the Plexus products. Deep in my soul, I knew that there was something there. I began to see that my friends are sharing the products like with their doctors, their pharmacist friends, their nurse practitioners, and getting the green light to continue taking them. So that made me understand that they were not like a nasty chemical laden product, that they were plant-based, they were natural, and focusing on those key pillars. And so long story short, 4 years of saying no, I just got to the point where I was tired of crying in my closet because my clothes were not fitting. I was tired of feeling insecure in my body. I was tired of being tired. I was so exhausted during the day, just being a mom of young children. But then at night, I couldn't sleep. I just had a lot of restless sleep, which was somewhat hereditary. My grandmother was an insomniac. My mom was an insomniac. And so I think that that was kind of the route that I was going, which did create a little bit of anxiety just with not knowing how your sleep is going to be and just knowing that you have to be energized to take care of your family the next day. I had crazy intense sugar cravings. To be totally honest, I had a lot of stomach issues that I just thought were, was normal. Like I grew up having just a lot of gas and a lot of bloating, and I was not consistent going to the bathroom. And I just assumed that that was normal. I actually remember meeting my husband and him going to the bathroom a lot and me just saying, my gosh, he's got some stomach issues, but really it was me. So I was able to try the products. We were super, super tight financially. We are a ministry family, missions focused. And so we did not have money. And that was a big part of why I was also hesitant, because we just didn't have the extra funds and I didn't want to spend money on myself unless I knew for sure it was going to help me. So my sweet girlfriend who had been pursuing me for 4 years, asked me to do it with her. She ended up sending me the triplex, which I don't have this one with me, but she ended up sending me the triplex and another product, which is the pink drink, for free for 2 months. Because she knew that we did not have the money, and she knew that I would really, really benefit from the products. And she knew that if I were to start sharing about it, that it would change things for our family. And so I started to notice that the tire tube around my belly was starting to diminish. I noticed that I had more energy. I noticed that I was not craving my multiple times a day cravings of a big spoonful of peanut butter dipped in chocolate chips. I didn't want that anymore, along with a lot of other things. And so after 2 months of trying out these free products that she so generously gave me, I had, like I said, this like stirring in my soul, this little fire in my soul of what if I were to do this? How would this change our family? Because right now, or at the time, like we could not really afford anything outside of the necessities. I was buying birthday gifts from yard sales or thrift stores, or doing big DIY items for gifts for people. We were cutting every corner that we possibly could. And so just the idea of maybe we can get our girls into extracurricular activities that are not even like on the, like a plan, like we can't even consider that right now. Maybe one day we could fly our children over to do a missions trip that we have so passionately wanted to do as a family, but again, not even, what's the word I'm looking for, on the
Not on the
horizon. Yes.
Yeah.
Like what if we were able to do this? What if I was able to allow my husband, like financially, to be able to step down from a job that was fine, but wasn't like fueling him, and he could go and do what God had created him to do with writing and storytelling? What if that happened? And so after a long time of really praying through this decision, we wrote a pro and con list. I talked to family members, which was really scary to do. I decided that I was going to try it. And so in January of 2017, I just started to learn more about the products. I started to share what I was learning, not just about the products, but again, like that connection with gut health, the connection with the hormone levels. I started to share about things, started to share stories that I was seeing, and people just came out of the woodwork. And it became so fulfilling to like, I mean, how could it not, when you would have people come to you and say, my husband just said he has his wife back again. Or when somebody texts you and says, is this real life? I'm standing in line at my pharmacy to get half of my prescription for my anxiety medication. I swear I was going to take it to the grave with me, and now I'm getting half of it. How can that not be fulfilling? And so I just continued to share. As I was sharing, my health continued to improve. We were able to afford getting my husband on the products, and he had been somebody that suffered with chronic sinus infections his entire life. He's been on the products for 4.5 years. He has had some just mild little colds, which always used to morph into sinus infections that would take him out for 7 days, and he'd have to be out of work for a week. I'd have to be a single mom for the week. He has not had a single sinus infection in 4.5 years. So again, that connection with gut health. So I started to share that, and people just started to come, and I got to help so many people while I was helping my health, but also helping our family's finances. And so within about 3 years, we hit the very top of the company. And that was just simply by, I say simply, it was hard. I mean, it was hard, but it was, every job, anything that is worthwhile is uphill, and there are hardships that come, but absolutely worth it. 1000% worth it. And so we hit the top of the company, and we were able to, I don't want to say retire because he's still working, but we were able to allow my husband to quit his job and pursue writing and pursue storytelling. And we were able to buy a home in our dream neighborhood, which happens to be the neighborhood I grew up in. So we're right next door to my parents, basically. And it's been a huge, huge gift. So I want to share with you guys very quickly just a few of the products. We're going to just zip through these. The triplex that I mentioned is our cornerstone combination. I don't have the slim with me, it's upstairs, but it is our BioCleanse, which is a magnesium-based supplement that is really good to bring in antioxidants, oxygenate your GI system. My husband actually calls them his magic pooping pills. They are not a cleanse like that, but it just is so, so good for your body. This is a probiotic. If you don't know a whole lot about gut health, like myself, I did not either. I would go to Walmart and purchase probiotics because my stomach was constantly making noise after anything I would eat, and nothing helped. Nothing has helped more than this. This is a probiotic that has incredible strains of really great bacteria that I have seen help so many people in so many areas of digestive issues, gut health struggles. This is our X Factor Plus. It's our multivitamin that has clinical studies that show it helps with menopausal, is that menopause? Yeah. We're getting very close to that. I should start to know it. But it helps with premenopausal and menopausal symptoms, but it also is just a really, really good multivitamin. That is the thing too, is that a lot of our products do have clinical studies. We follow the FDA guidelines. The products are incredibly clean. The ingredients are very clean. Our medical board is something that I am very, very proud of. The credentials that we have from the doctors and scientists on our team are very, very impressive. This is one of our newer products just with all the craziness happening in the world, they brought out Immune Plus, which is a really great immune booster. Balance and Metaburn are some of my favorite weight loss products. The Metaburn is a favorite of mine, actually. It helps to naturally boost your metabolism. It also helps naturally burn the unwanted fat in your tummy and thigh and hip area. And it also brings around a lot of mental clarity, brain clarity as well. And then Balance naturally absorbs 48% of your carbs and your sugars. So tonight we probably should have done this. We did not, but my husband made hamburgers. And so we probably should have taken 2 of these before we ate our hamburgers, but maybe we'll do that if we decide to have ice cream since it's your last night here. Ease is a huge number. A lot of people love this. This is a natural anti-inflammatory. So this has replaced a lot of people's ibuprofen. My mom, she had really, really bad pains in her knees as well as her feet. And we live in the foothills and she could never go on walks because of all those aches and pains. She takes 2 of these in the morning and 2 at night, and she is now able to go up and down her stairs without pain. She's able to walk in the foothills without pain. It's pretty incredible. We have, this is one of my favorite things. Actually, my husband laughs at me because whenever they announced this X Factor Kids multivitamin at one of our gatherings, I cried because it's amazing. It is no sugar. Go take a look at your kids' vitamins right now. You're going to probably see added sugar in there. There's no sugar in these products. This has a probiotic as well as a multivitamin. It is a very clean ingredient that I have seen it help a lot of children with constipation, with mood, with sleep, and with skin. And then we just have a bunch of other really great newer products. Hydrate is amazing. My husband drinks it every day. He is big into mountain biking and CrossFit. And so he drinks this all the time to replenish the fluids that he has lost. Greens is one of our newest product actually that helps get some greens into your body, some of those dark greens and some fruits that we struggle with getting, your kids struggle with getting. 1 scoop and it helps you to have the recommended amount. We have a really great face line. A lot of women, especially as we are aging, are looking for healthy, natural ways to maybe improve, not necessarily get rid of because we are aging. That's part of the aging process, but to help maybe lighten up the crow's feet, the light or the deeper wrinkles, the sunspots. And so we've got a really great skin line that's super clean, again, focusing on the gut microbiome through the ingredients. And so this is a collagen that I like to throw into my morning shake that I have that is amazing. It also helps with weight loss, adds really great protein to my day, but I put my collagen in there. And then I did not bring it downstairs, but we also have like a face night serum, just like a little cream. 2 or 3 pumps is all you need at night. Wash your face in the morning and then do 2 or 3 pumps of the day serum. And that is an incredible, you see some amazing before and afters with those. So that's not all of the products we have, but those are just some that I wanted to highlight. I encourage you to talk with Kanya to let her know maybe some of your health goals, maybe some of your health struggles, and just see if this is something, if she can find something that might be able to help you in the way that it has helped thousands upon thousands of other people. And again, like from one skeptic to possibly another skeptic on the other side of this video, I encourage you to listen with open ears. And I encourage you to just ask yourself, what if I were to try these products and they were to help me like they have Kanya or helped Emily? What if I were to go and start pursuing this and change things for my family financially? What would that look like? Kanya?
Well, first of all, what are y'all planning next summer that you dreamed about possibly?
Yeah. So like I said, we were able to get my husband out of his job. And so a big, huge goal of our family has been to take our family, our girls and ourselves over to England, where my husband was a missionary before we got married. And we're going to go with our girls and serve in a missionary bed and breakfast for 3 or 4 weeks in England next summer because we can.
Yeah. So a lot of times you hear with stuff like this, like life changing, and you may not think that a probiotic is life changing, but when you hear the stories on the other side of text messages of people using the products that are like, oh, I can fit in my pants again, or I was able to play with my kids longer, or I didn't take a nap today, or I just felt better and I went to work out because I did. Those are small changes that add up to big, huge, life changing moments. And so you start with the products, but then on the business side, there's no way that Emily and Chris would have been able to do the things they're doing today. And I have seen it firsthand. The things that they're doing are life changing. They wouldn't be in the neighborhood that they're in. They wouldn't be going to do missionary work in England next summer with their girls. That was just never, it was a dream that was just out there. Now it's a reality. So turning those dreams into reality is huge. So I just really want, I know some of you have shared your health goals with me and your desires with me and your goals, just like with the business as well. And I want that for you. I want that kind of life change for you. I want you to be able to get out of bed and feel good again, because that is a possibility. And I want your goals of whatever they are, traveling, just being able to pay for the extracurriculars for your kids. I want that for you. And so if that's something you're interested in, I want to chat with you. Get in touch with me and I'd love to talk.
Bye, you all. Thank
Bye.
you.